fusing the 18 fields or realms of the senses. The field of sight perception. Again, Ananda, why are the 18 fields or realms of the senses the same as the Absolute in the Tathagata Store? Ananda, as you already know, eyes and form are causes that beget sight perception. Is this sight perception created and conditioned by the eyes or by form? Ananda, if it is created by the eyes, in the absence of both form and the void, there will be nothing to be differentiated. Then what is the use of this perception, even if you own it? In this instance, what you see will be neither blue, yellow, red, nor white. Where then can you show its boundary? If it is created by form, when you see the void, which means that form is absent, your perception should cease to exist. Then why do you still distinguish the void? When form changes, you notice it, but your perception is unchanging. Then where can its boundary be? If perception follows the change of form to undergo its own change, there would be no boundary. If it is unchanging, it should be permanent. Then, as it is created by form, it should not perceive the void. If it is created by both the eyes and form, these two are separate when you think that they are united, and unite when you think that they are separate. If so, both intermingle. Then how can there be the realm of the eyes and that of form? Therefore you should know that both causal eyes and form, as well as the so-called created perception, do not exist, and that the eyes, form, and the realm of form are neither causal, nor conditional, nor self-existent. The field of sound perception. Ananda, as you already know, ears and sound are causes that beget perception of sound. Is this perception created and conditioned by the ears or by sound? If it is created by the ears, this organ, in the absence of both disturbance and stillness, does not discern anything, and is therefore devoid of objects. If it cannot discern, how can it create perception? Assuming that hearing begets perception by the ears, since no hearing occurs in the absence of both disturbance and stillness, how can the ears, which are form, unite with external objects to produce perception? And where can the latter's field be? If it is created by sound, that is, if it depends solely on sound, then it should have no relation to your hearing. But if hearing ceases, there will be no sound. Now, assuming that it is really created by sound, and that sound exists because of hearing, then your hearing of sound should be perceived by the ears. If this sound is not perceived, it would have no relation with the realm of ear perception. On the other hand, if it is heard, it is already sound, and since it is hearing's object, it cannot discern anything. Then who knows the perception? If there is no such knower, you will be like grass and plants. There cannot be a mixing of sound and hearing to create between them an intermediate realm of perception by the ear, for such a realm cannot be at the center, in the inner organ, or in the outer sound. Therefore, neither ears nor sound exist as causes, nor perception by the ear as effect, and ears, sound, and its field are neither causal, nor conditional, nor self-existent. The field of smell perception. Ananda, as you already know, the nose and smell are causes that beget the perception of smell. Is this perception created and conditioned by the nose or by smell? If so, Ananda, what is this nose? Is it that hooked and fleshy part of your face with which you sniff? But this piece of flesh belongs to the body, and the body's perception is called touch. The body is not the nose, and touch is its object. If the nose cannot be named, where is it? If it perceives smell, where is that perception in your mind? If perception comes from a part of the face, it is touch and has nothing to do with the nose. If it comes from the void, it should be known by the latter instead of being felt by the flesh. If so, the void should be you, and your body would feel nothing. Then there would be no Ananda anywhere at the moment. If smell is the knower, it should know itself and would have nothing to do with you. If good and bad smells create your nose, they should not produce sandalwood and fetid herbs. Without the latter, smell your own nose and see if it is fragrant or offensive. Since fragrance cannot stink and stench cannot be fragrant, if you can smell both, you should have two noses. And now, as you ask me about the Dharma, there should be two Anandas. Then, which Ananda are you? If there is only one nose, and if fragrance and stench are not two different smells, they can be mistaken for each other, which proves that neither exists. If so, where can the field of smell perception be established? If it is created by smell, and if perception exists because of smell, it is like your eyes, which can see things but not themselves, so that perception which exists because of smell should not scent it. If it does, it cannot be created by smell, and if it does not, it is deprived of that perception. Since smell does not depend on perception, it has no field. If perception cannot smell, its field cannot be established on the basis of smell. Since there is no intermediate perception between nose and smell, there would be neither inner organ nor outer object. Thus, smell perception is false. Therefore, neither nose nor smell as causes, nor the field of smell perception as their creation exist, while nose, smell, and its field are neither causal nor conditional nor self-existent.